Good morning. Today's Memorial Day, so it's going to be a little bit different type of episode. Somewhat of a CrossFit tradition on Memorial Day to do a memorial wall called Murph. I'm not going to go through the details of explaining it. I'll stick a link down at the bottom. But now that me and Bird's finished having our grits, go ahead and get ready and we're going to head on out that way. Knee sleeves for the air squats, a book to record everything in, some running shoes, a nice subtle pair of gloves for the pull-ups, combat camera t-shirt. That's the unit I was with and I retired from the Navy, and older pendant. I wore that when I was flying missions into Afghanistan and when I was on the ground for the invasion of Iraq. The Murph workout, pretty straightforward. You run a mile, do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and you run another mile. Mine's more like a Moto Murph. I tack a 100-mile or a 1-hour motorcycle ride on the beginning and end of it. It's not really that much more, but riding a motorcycle after a hard workout actually does help later on. Well, it's time to fire this thing up and head on out. Well, here, ready to get started. Always starts with a mile. And now out for the last mile.
Good job, bud.
Well, that totally kicked my butt. I need to get my fat self in shape. I should have never taken over an hour. And of course, the workout's not finished until you actually go in there and record the time. And record any particular notes on your performance that you feel. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken an hour. Well, time to fire it up and head home. That's it from Murph. It's a yearly CrossFit thing. Most of the CrossFit boxes across the country do it. Quite a few of them across the world do it. It's called a Hero WOD, which means it's named after somebody that gave their lives. I'll give you a link if you want to read about it. You can go ahead and jump in there. I'm not going to spend time talking about that. They do a lot better job than I do. Although one thing to note, Murph, the individual that was named after, that was his favorite workout, and he used to do it in body armor. I didn't do it in body armor. Also, I want to say a couple words about Memorial Day, since there seems to be a little bit of confusion about it. I'm not going to go into the big long history about it. Jack Spirko did a real good job on it, and I'm just going to put a link in there. You can go listen to his podcast about it. He did an entire episode on Memorial Day, what it is, the really messed up reason that it's on the particular day it was, which also happens to be the perfect day to think about those that gave their lives. I just want to say this is not really the day good and saying thank you for your service and stuff like that. Today ain't about the living. Today is about the dead. I mean, I've never really been that big on people thanking me for my service. You know, polite, sure, I'll give you a thumbs up in the comments, but that's always felt a little bit weird to me. You know, I volunteered, I knew what I was getting into, and I stayed in 22 years. Today's about the folks that didn't make it back. And at least to me, it's also about the people that made it back but didn't really survive the war. Just Google the phrase 22 to none. You'll get the idea. I want to wrap it up with a little encounter I had with a Vietnam vet a long time ago. This was back in the early 80s, maybe 83, 84, when I was a young dumb biker. It was like the wee hours in a biker bar in El Cajon, California called Dumont's. And I was sitting beside a Vietnam vet, absolutely no idea who he was, never seen him before, never seen him since. And he had been dead quiet all night, and he didn't seem like he wanted anybody to disturb him, so I didn't. Then out of the blue, all of a sudden, you know, he just kind of said to me that, you know, he always thought that all the people he left back there in country were watching him and watching what he did. And he thought it was really important to live a life worth watching. He stopped, took a drink, and then said, "At least that's what keeps me going." Never said another word after that. And there was really nothing for me to say that either, so I just kept drinking my beer. That's always stuck with me, though. It's always been in the back of my head. And it might be something to think about if someone watching here has the black dog chasing them. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to try to get back on topic again with my future videos, but as they're saying over there in Europe these days, till the hall.